Well, Stuart, nothing ever happens as fast as I would like it to, but nevertheless, we're starting to make progress here at the cottage. You can see that one of the very first things I did was put some of my signature touches out and put my own stamp on this new house with some topiary. So they may or may not stay in these pots, but right now I think they fit the space really, really well.
A little touch of Linda.
Yes, and I brought, because one of the things I am sad about is that I won't have my tulips, 1,000 tulips that I planted last fall, but I did put some in pots and they're kind of scattered around. These are graceful beauty, tiny little alliums, so they'll be sweet in that pot. Some of them may or may not go into the ground from their contained residence right now, but we shall see. I did bring my pineapple finials, and I think they look really good there, don't you, Stuart?
They do. I just got nervous because I started walking backwards, and I haven't done that here enough to know what's behind me.
Behind
so
you.
Yeah,
you don't want to. You're going to be like Jack and Jill. We'll be tumbling.
I had a moment of fear
We'll
there.
be tumbling down what is a very distinctive feature of this neighborhood,
So
Stuart.
you got to watch me walking backwards.
Okay, I will watch you. I'll reel you in. I'll reel you in.
Okay, I'm a lot further than I thought I was.
So do not tumble down the rolling terrace of this neighborhood. So here, I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview of some of my thinking. So what I want to do, I may have talked about this before, is I'm going to bump out this side. And there's going to be a flagstone and gravel seating area. I don't know if I've told you guys about this or not. And that's my question of the day. My question of the day is, what features from the old house are you really hoping I bring to this new house?
What a good question.
And because there will be a number of what I think of as my signature touches that I first started to incorporate in my garden at the other house and definitely will follow me. Stuart, are you saying hello?
I'm in the
Now,
reflection.
sadly, you can see some of my topiaries in the window, and I'm a little bit heartbroken because I think in many ways Hubs and I fared better in this move than some of my myrtle topiaries because they're just, with so much activity going on, doors opening and being shut in cold blasts, but hopefully I can resurrect them, and if not, I will replace them because you guys know I have to have my myrtle topiary. Okay, so the biggest news is the trees. So finally we got some rain. We have had a gentle rain for the past 2 days, which is perfect for my new trees. And just again, a little tease, in our upcoming Sunday show, I'm going to talk all about the tree planting, how it went, how to properly plant large trees like these. These are 3-inch calipers.
Let me show this one.
These are really gorgeous specimens. These are Nuttall oaks, and you'll notice that I have staked them well. And more importantly, Stuart, if we can walk this way, and you come down to the corner, you can see that we sited them so that they are in perfect alignment with the other trees.
Look at this camera work. Wow.
Look at that camera work. And then
Boom.
up here, just at the top of the rolling terrace.
Hold on one second. Let me get over there.
Get over there, Stuart. Is another beautiful tree. So the next obvious, and there's a lot of things about to happen. You know, I've got to get my irrigation system in. I've got to top dress.
Did you notice how many people were so happy that you started with trees?
They were.
A lot of the comments were like, just a lot of people really happy
Trees.
that trees were the first thing that you kind of got to.
Well, my goodness, for posterity, we want our trees to get as fast a start as possible. And you know, Stuart, Matt needs to come over here and take a picture with his son in front of the trees as they're beginning to grow. Even though he doesn't live here,
Pretty cool kid.
it'll be a fun reference point. So, and there'll be more trees coming a little bit later. The other thing that I want to concentrate on now, and by the way, having this trio of trees, this trinity of trees, immediately makes me feel as if I have a little bit more privacy on this public corner. it's kind of hard to tell right now because they're barren of leaves, but I think they're just going to be really beautiful. And I always enjoy bud break on trees in the spring, but boy, this year it's going to be really special, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
And I'm so looking
sure.
forward to the different ways that the light will play at this house and different micro environments that I have. That's going to be fun. But I've kind of gotten off the topic at hand, and the next thing that's really important to me, is that I get kind of some visual weight and some grounding on this corner, and have a little bit of privacy right here. Stuart, you must come over, because I have to show you one of my very, very favorite things about this cottage. And one of the reasons I call it a storybook cottage is because of these diamond-shaped windows. And look at my sweet hyacinths. Can you see them?
I
Right
can.
through the pane. The whole house is fragrant with them. You can see that there's lots of boxwood already here, and it will be repositioned. And then I'm going to come back
look,
in
the
here.
Everybody knows the barrel.
Oh, yes, and it's going to be moved to the back. It's kind of heavy.
It's hiding for now.
It's hiding for right now. But in here, I'm probably going to kind of do something of a wall of evergreens right here to give me more bone structure and evergreen interest in the wintertime. So over here, I'm probably going to be adding some more hollies, maybe one more deciduous tree. I'm going to be careful to stay far away from the foundation of my house and even from this brick wall. But I'm starting to notice things that are all new to me, like the algae that's starting to grow on the brick, which I just love. I know it's a nemesis in some parts of the country, but right here it means it's a sign that we've gotten some rainfall. Yeah. Always a good thing here. Some surprising things. I absolutely love. It's been so fun to meet my neighbors as they walk by, and some of them shout at me and know that I'm the garden lady. That's been very, very fun. The woman across the street, I'm so glad to know that she gardens organically, and she was cleaning up things because she was getting ready to put down her corn gluten meal for weed suppression. The pansies, these yellow pansies aren't exactly my color palette, but nevertheless, they look kind of cheery. And we've had some warm days, and they did survive the Arctic blast. The soil is pretty good in these established beds, but obviously I'm really going to have to do a lot of soil amending and a lot of really, really good soil conditioning and soil work to grow healthy soil as well as a healthy garden. If you want a little glimpse into my muse for this, Stuart, we need to put up a link to my friend Marquette's garden.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is one of the most popular garden tours I've ever done.
It's one of our more popular videos.
Yeah, popular videos. And it will give you an idea of some things that I am copying one of my favorite gardens here in Oklahoma City. All of this over here is kind of going to change, be freshened up, revised. Flagstone will go in place of some of these square concrete pavers.
Yeah.
Here's another thing I'd like your opinion on. This area faces west, so I'm going to have just great exposure over here for lots of SLPC plants. So Southern Living plants, get ready, because I'm going to plant lots of white wedding hydrangeas, lots of Encore azaleas on this
Maybe
aspect.
some Terra hydrangea.
Some Terra hydrangeas. Actually, that's one of my prized plants that I will be replanting here and relocating to this garden. I'm thinking about climbing a rose over this door frame. So those are just some of the ideas that I had. 2 ginkgos will be going in down here. And I'm going to try to make this passageway, because I am the route that parents walk as they are taking their children to school and dropping them off, literally walking to school and walking back. One of the reasons this neighborhood is so young and vibrant and energetic, because a few blocks down is the local elementary school. And I want to do as much as I can to make this corner inviting and a delight to people.
Should be a fun block to walk
people
past.
who pass by. And Stuart, we need to put this still image if we can. Well, maybe we can't, because we're going to post this right away. But if you go to the community tab, let's say that, go to the community tab. And Stuart, how do you get to the community tab?
Just from the homepage in YouTube, I guess as long as you're logged in, there's a community tab right there.
Yeah, on the menu at the top, just scroll to community tab.
It's so hard to explain with words.
And I will put a picture there of something you will be so happy about,
Hey,
Stuart.
there you go.
A snowball viburnum, a Chinese snowball viburnum that might take a very prominent place somewhere here on this side. I'm not exactly sure where, but it's a large specimen, and my friend John told me that it already has buds on it. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Maybe this year we'll get some blooms, if not next year. And and even though I'm disappointed, and I will miss all of those things in my previous landscape, I'm like a drug addict, and I need a new high. And boy, this spring everything's going to be a new high, because it's all new.
Yeah, it's all brand new.
Yeah, it's all brand new. So I'm going to be experimenting with some things I haven't before. I will try to, when I have time, really get my inspiration board updated with images of some plantings that I have in mind. I'm going to be using a lot, and I'm really excited about this, Stuart, a lot of the new Better Boxwoods, a brand that is coming out that I am hoping to be a spokesperson for, that is blight resistant. So I'm thrilled about that, because you guys know I cannot live without my boxwood. And all of those boxwoods that are now in hiding on the other side of the property, those will come out and take their proper place in my landscape, some in the ground and some in pots. Now at this house, more gardening is going to be taking place in the front yard than in the backyard. The backyard will be primarily just a large outdoor living space with lots of plantings, but nevertheless, most of my real gardening is going to be taking place up here in front, I guess, for the neighbors and the world to see. So I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. If you are, and if you enjoyed this is this our first official Wednesday Walkabout at the new?
We did one last week, kind of, before the trees went in, talking about where the trees.
Okay, at the new cottage.
I think. I don't know. We do a lot of videos.
But if you are new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. If you're an old hand at following Stuart and me, then please share with others, because I really think it's going to be an impressive transformation of this space into a beautiful new English garden in a new location.